Greg James Designs, and we're here today, and we want to talk about some things that would help you. We're in our Barndo Basics series, and what are we going to cover today?
We're going to talk about permits.
Okay, so permits, that's an interesting thought. So what are some ideas we want to talk about on our permits?
Yeah, well, first of all, do you need a permit?
That's a good question. A lot of our barndos are built out in rural areas. Here in Oklahoma, most counties do not require permits, so the vast majority of people are not building in the city limits where they live, depending on where they are. For instance, Oklahoma City is a huge city in landmass. It's like the second or third largest city in the country, not in population, but in landmass, so it covers a huge amount of area. So people building way out in the country find themselves building in the city limits, and so therefore they have to get a permit. The best thing to do is call your county. So if your county requires building permits, then you can they'll be able to direct you. Every county is going to be a little different. Some do not require any building permits. Some require certain things for permits, like they may require a permit for your septic system or your sewer system. That is the vast majority of time pretty much anywhere in the country. Because what I've found that the sewer septic system is controlled by Department of Environmental Quality, DEQ. So it's more of a state issue. It's not a county by county issue. So a lot of times you have to get a permit for your septic system. You may have to get a permit for your well if you're putting a water well in, drilling a well. If you have rural water out in front of your property, you'll probably have to get a permit to tap the water line. So there may be certain permits required, but not necessarily a building permit. Okay, so yeah.
Okay.
So.
Awesome. And what would someone need for a permit?
If you go to your permit authority, so let's say you don't need a city permit, but your county requires one. Most of the time they're going to have a list of requirements for your permit, okay? And just follow that requirement. So basically what we're going to provide you is a set of architectural plans. So we're going to give you the basic set of architectural drawings, but many times you're going to need engineering. If you're doing a steel building of some sort, many times the building itself will have to be engineered stamped. So in other words, an engineer has reviewed the steel plans and has signed off and stamped it. A lot of times you'll need a foundation plan that's engineered and stamped. You'll need a site plan a lot of times, which we can help you with that in most situations. So, but sometimes the site plan is required to be sealed, and so that simply means you actually hire a civil engineer to do that, okay? And so those are some basic things. I have found that in the more western part of the country, they have a lot more environmental laws and stuff, and so you have to have all these additional environmental certificates and stuff that have to be done. That determine what kind of windows you put in, how well your house is insulated. In California, you even have to they even determine what kind of lighting you can use. So it's pretty crazy to me, but I don't live in California. And so usually look for that list, go to your county, your city, building department, building area, and usually there's a little checklist there of what you're going to have, okay? And so that's usually it. And you pay a fee. A lot of them have different fee structures, so many times you're going to submit your plans, and then they usually will call you back and say, okay, your plans are approved, here's your fee, it's going to be X number of dollars. So.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Hope that helps you. This is all part of our Barndo Basics, and we're just going back to the very beginning process of, should I build a barndominium? What are some things to consider? Is it right for our family? Is it a right move? And yeah.